att the Boeing 757 längtar för the Icelandic volcano kapten. Kapten Viktorsson.
For as long as I can remember, I have been obsessed with Iceland. I just never got the opportunity to go, and then last year something magical happened. Right when I needed it most, my friend called me and asked if I wanted to go to Iceland. I immediately jumped at the opportunity. One of the first places we went was Thingvellir on a 300-kilometer drive called the Golden Circle. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it was just a winter wonderland for miles. The next stop after the cute Icelandic horses and Thingvellir was Geysir, or known as the Great Geysir. It is free to the public, and it was definitely beautiful when the sun was setting. It was at this point that I couldn't contain my excitement when it went off and erupted. It was so funny.
We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that.
The next site was unbelievably beautiful. It was a huge waterfall called Gullfoss, with many viewing platforms. Because of the spray, it was very icy as well, so just be careful. We spent a good amount of time here taking a lot of photos. Our last leg of our journey on the Golden Circle was Carid, or commonly known as a volcanic crater lake. It was at this moment I slipped on the ice and fell flat on my face. I'm going a little out of order here, but one of our next journeys was an ice caves tour where we would see different sites on our journey down Iceland's Ring Road. Our first stop was this huge waterfall. It was really cool because you could walk all the way around it. Down the way was littler waterfalls pouring off the cliffs. If you walked down a short distance, there was another hidden waterfall that you went into a crevice to view. We definitely spent a good amount of time here, and it was definitely worth it. Skogafoss was one of my favorite waterfalls since you could walk right up to it. You could also climb a million stairs to look at it from above, but my friend and I decided to see it from the bottom, and we were not disappointed. Our next journey was to Reynisfara Beach, or commonly known as Black Sand Beach. What more could I say other than it was beautiful? It was so gray and dreary out until we pulled up to the beach, and then the sun came out and it was just gorgeous. Behind the beach was a huge basalt cave with rocks that were very angular. Very nice spot for the adventurer or photo enthusiast. Eldrin was so unusual. It was a lava field that was from a catastrophic volcano eruption that happened in 1783. Now it's home to tons of sensitive moss that you view from platforms in several parking lots. We arrived at our hotel very late at night and I was super glad to have a rest, though around midnight we were awoken by hotel staff to come outside and view the northern lights. We stayed outside for several hours just watching the lights dance through the atmosphere. When we woke up, we got news that because of the unusual high temperatures, that our ice caves excursion had to be canceled because the ice caves flooded. The driver said he would make up for not being able to go to the ice caves, and one of our first stops back to Reykjavik was Jökulsárlón Glacier Lake at the base of a huge glacier. It was neat to watch as the icebergs floated down the river and then eventually out to the Atlantic Ocean. We even got to see a tiny seal bobbing among the icebergs. When the icebergs reached the waves from the Atlantic Ocean, they were brought right back up on what was called Diamond Beach, which was fitting because in the sunlight the icebergs did indeed look like diamonds. We spent a short time at another glacier lagoon called Fellsárlón. You could hear icebergs breaking off in the distance. Blue Lagoon was definitely touristy, but it was nice to float around in the relaxing hot water sipping a mixed drink or champagne. Here is the start to our Reykjavik adventures, which we didn't do until the end of our trip. My friend and I went to the Icelandic Philological Museum, went to the waterfront to view the mountains off into the distance, visited Hallgrímskirkja, one of Iceland's Lutheran churches, and visited many shops down in Reykjavik's main shopping district. We eventually ended our trip at the Perlon, which was a really cool museum and observation deck to view Reykjavik at a distance. Look at this silly kitty. On the last day of my trip, I had to return the car before I boarded my flight in the afternoon. But I took a chance to visit the town of elves and the town of Vikings. On my way out, there was a really pretty rainbow. I could not have asked for a better trip. Not only was it amazing to travel with my dear friend, who I have not seen in a while, it was amazing to visit such a beautiful country with really nice people. I am really grateful I got to go, and I can't wait to visit again during the summer. This definitely isn't my last adventure, so check out some of my other videos. Till next time!